Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. It's Sitwa here, and today I'll be talking about my most favorite concealers, and there are three of them. So it's kind of a concealer war here, and I'll be putting them under tests, different types of tests, and I'll be showing you in what circumstances which concealer is better and which concealer performs best under what circumstances whatsoever. So these three concealers are actually the high-end concealers, and I hope you guys like the video, and I'll probably be sharing with you guys the link for my previous video, and I hope you guys like that too. And if you really want me to do a video on drugstore concealers, do let me know. Okay, so let's get started. So these are the three concealers that I'll be talking about. I hope you guys are familiar with the packaging, and these are the three concealers. This one is the Tarte Shape Tape, and it has 30 different shades, and in my opinion it's a very full coverage concealer, and this is what it looks like. Moving on to the second one, it is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, and this concealer is actually the same as the foundations. Like, there are 50 shades, and I know that's a wide shade range. And moving on to the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, this one also has around 30 shades, and that's a lot too, I guess. And this concealer have been my go-to, I guess, like about 2 years back, and I have used this concealer a lot. So I'll be talking about the three of them. I have been using them, but the only thing about this concealer is that it does not match my shade exactly, but sometimes I use it just on my bare skin because it somewhat matches with my skin tone, like when the makeup is not applied. Otherwise, if I apply it on top of my makeup, like my foundation, it would give a very gray effect because it's not my color. So for this one, this is 240, but in my opinion, my shade exactly is 210. And for the Tarte Shape Tip Concealer, this is light medium, and for the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, it is, I guess, medium 1 custard. Okay, so first of all, I'll be showing you guys their applicators and like what basically the applicators look like and how well they will actually perform when you put them under your eyes. So first of all, I'll be talking about the Tarte Shape Tip applicator. So this is what the applicator looks like, guys. I hope you guys can see, and it's actually a very thick applicator, and that means a little goes a long way, because when you're putting this concealer under your eyes or trying to put it over here around your fine lines, anywhere, you guys just have to use a very little amount. Moving on to the next concealer, that is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. The applicator is quite small for this one, if you guys can see, but in my opinion, a little goes a long way for this one too. And now moving on to this last concealer, that is the Fenty Pro Filter, and this applicator is also good. It's not that small, but it's not that big, and it's a bit flat, if you guys can see. So it also performs very well. Overall, all of them perform well. And now let's get started with the tests, and I hope you guys like the video. So the first test that I'll be doing is the coverage test. I'll be taking any eyeliner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner. I'll be putting 3 crosses on my hand, 1, 2, and 3, for the 3 concealers that I'll be testing. So in all of these tests, the first concealer that I'm going to put is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Then I'm going to put the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer. And next I'm going to put the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to let it sit for some time, and then I'm going to blend it out with my fingers. Okay guys, so as you guys can already see, the Tarte Shape Tip Concealer has performed a pretty good job, and I cannot see the cross. And secondly, even the Fenty Pro Filter has also performed a good job. but the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer did not perform a good job, and you guys can already see that the cross is pretty much visible right here. So what I think is that in terms of coverage, the first two concealers, the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer as well as the Tarte Shape Tape Concealers, have performed the best. Okay guys, so the second test that I'm going to perform is going to be the water resistant test, where I'm going to take the three concealers and I'm going to wash a little bit of them with the water to tell you guys that how waterproof the concealers are. I'm going to blend it out with a blender, all of the concealers, so that's it. It's easy for you guys to see. So the first one is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, the one I'm blending right now. The middle one is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter, and the last one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water and do like that, and you guys can see all of them are waterproof. I hope it's clear guys. Look, all of them are waterproof and none of them slipped from their places. Okay guys, for the last test, as you guys can already see, I have put swatches of red eyeshadow, and the same way the first concealer that I'm going to put is the Tarte Shape Tape one. Fenty Beauty is the next, and NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is the third. I'm going to blend it out with a blender, and then you guys can see, so that you guys can see which concealer has covered redness better. In terms of redness, I guess the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer has done a good job, and the other two haven't done that good of a job, because you guys can still see the redness as much, but in this one you guys can see redness but not that much. So for this one, NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer has won, and this runner-up is going to be the Tarte Shape Tape, and the least amount of coverage is provided by the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. So you guys have seen my review for the three concealers, and all in all of the concealers performed very well. And in my opinion, it actually totally depends on you, what sort of a concealer you want. You wanted to cover redness, you wanted to cover marks, you wanted to keep your under eye area hydrated at all times. It all depends on you guys. For me, these three concealers are my go-to concealers and I love them. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe, and do share it with your friends if you think it can help them. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye. Take care.